Hello and welcome to the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Minds, and this is Black Minds News. Black Minds News is to report, articulate, transmit, communicate, insinuate, devote, instigate, unveil, investigate, decode, spread the news, whether by news, video, websites, or quotes from publications. As I articulate these information, I ask that the creator universe be here, heart, soul, mind, and spirit. Because why? The truth don't need no partner. As a descendant of the greatest people who created this land that we call the United States, we, the foundational black Americans, the bloodline historical lineage, the historical people known as slaves, we who call ourselves BADOS, which is Black American Descendant of Slaves, some say Black African Descendant of Slaves, others say ADOS, American Descendant of Slaves, we, the today children, offspring, and present generation, we give honor to our ancestors. And you know what my motto of the show is? I'm not going to tell you what I heard. I'm only going to tell you what I know. Well, it's a story that broke. The young brother named Devon Bailey. I watched it, rewatched it. I can't call it. Just be honest, I can't call it. I seen some things kind of questionable. And I just believe that there's only one person who probably truly know what really took place. So today being August 16, 2019, Black Minds News is going to report this particular story. And stay tuned for this report. Hey, how's y'all doing? Again, this is your host, Mr. Blows Your Minds. Thanking you for, again, participating for another Black Minds News Report. First and foremost, want to say what's good to my fam. Subscribers new and old. I ain't been getting nothing. Everything's been stoppage for some reason. But we know what it is. So anyway, passerbys, if you should happen to pass by, this is the most hated show on the black corner of the internet. The reason why we're the most hated show in the black corner of the internet is because used to could get 275,000 views, 50,000, 30,000, but now I can't get 50 views. Was just 100 last week. Now I'm down to only 50. Can you imagine that? Internet that's on 24 hours, 365 and 66 days of the year, and even with me having 2.9 thousand plus subscribers, been in business for 7 years, I can't get 50 people to watch the show. So welcome to the most hated show on the black corner internet. Go down the aisle, see some things you might like. If you something you happen to see and rub you in the wrong way, remember that the motto of the show is the truth don't need no partner. Now, let's get into this story here, right? It's a tragic no matter how you look at it. I mean, there's some lessons in here to be learned. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and give you this here. It says Devon Bailey, family calls his death wholly unjustified after Colorado Springs police release body cam footage. I'm going to say that again. Devon Bailey's family calls his death wholly unjustified after Colorado Springs police release body cam, right? So it's going to say, I'm going to give you the article, what it says here. It says that the black teenager whose death sparked an outcry in his Colorado hometown was running from the police officer when he was shot 4 times, according to body camera footage and an autopsy report released Thursday. The body cam footage from the Colorado Springs Police Department shows Devon Bailey, 19, running from 2 officers who were questioning him and another man about a report robbery before being shot 3 times in the back and once in the back of his arm. Bailey's family was devastated after seeing the wholly unjustified killing of their family member. The family's attorney said in a statement the teen, family, and friends had rallied this week in front of the city police headquarters demanding an independent investigation into his August 3rd death. Colorado Springs police did not release a statement on Thursday. In the graphic video footage from one of the officers' body-worn camera, Bailey is seen with another individual identified by CPR News in Colorado as his 19-year-old cousin, Lawrence Stoker. As one officer questioned the teen, Bailey can be seen briefly touching his pockets before the officer tells him to keep his hands away from his pockets. He moves his hands away, making sure they're in view, and appears to exchange word with the officer before both teens put their hands in the air. The first officer tells the 2 that the police are going to check and see if either of them have a weapon. Shortly after, a second officer can be seen approaching them from behind. As he does, Bailey turns his head briefly Okay, something just happened. There's a little glitch in my system here. To the left before running away. You know how sometimes you be in when all these damn commercials, right? The first officer chased Bailey, shouting at him, keep his hands up, before firing his gun. 8 gunshots can be heard in the video. Police officials said that both Sergeant Alan Van Lan and Officer Blake Evans fired their weapons, CPR reported. Bailey quickly falls to the ground while the first officer yelled, "Get your hands up," multiple times. The same officer then tells him to get down on the ground, taking Bailey's arms as he lies nearly face down in the street. Blood can be seen coming from his gunshot wounds. Okay. The officers then handcuffed Bailey. An object. Oh man. All right, hold on. I mean, sometimes when they have these articles, they have them on pages where it's like a lot of stuff going on. So that's kind of hard to read it. So anyway, it goes on, the officers then handcuffed Bailey. An object can be seen between his legs, which the officer believes to be a gun. They cut off his shorts to retrieve it. It remained unclear on Thursday if the object was a gun. Police say they were on the scene to respond to a robbery threat around 6:45 p.m. In the body cam footage, one officer can be heard asking Bailey if he goes by the nickname Spaz, the alleged name of the suspect robber. "No, sir," Bailey said. According to the coroner's report, Bailey was pronounced dead at 7:20 p.m. The bullets that hit Bailey perforated his heart, left lung, and diaphragm, in addition to penetrating his spleen, triggering massive blood loss that led to his death, according to the coroner's report. Daryl Kilmer, one of the family's attorneys, said the video release made for a crushingly difficult day for the family. The video shows that there was no evidence to support that anybody was imminently at risk of being killed or harmed. Kilmer told CPR. The video shows that he was doing everything within his power in the 6 or 8 or 10 steps that he could take to get away, to in fact get away. He did not have a weapon in his hand and had not shown any weapon when he was shot in the back. Okay, and I want to apologize at the little choppy on there because, again, you know, like sometimes when you go on some of these websites, they flood them up with all kinds of ads, and so sometimes it just kind of stutters. So I apologize for that, right? Okay, so that's the story there, right? So now what I'm going to do is give you the visual to it, right? So I need to get the visual. That's what they said in the article. And now we're going to go ahead and just get the visual. So here this goes. 1 second. Let's get it.
We released body cam video from Colorado Springs. A 19-year-old shot and killed by police. At one point, the video shows his hands in the air running away. He's then shot. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman with the video, and it is disturbing.
Hey guys, can I talk to you a sec? Tonight, this newly released body camera video sparking new questions about the final moments of 19-year-old Devon Bailey, who died while trying to flee police. Colorado Springs police responding to a reported armed robbery.
So we got a report of 2 people, similar descriptions, possibly having a gun, all right? So don't reach for your waist. We're going to just check and make sure that you don't have a weapon, all right?
As a third officer approaches Bailey from behind, he turns and runs away.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up!
The officers later performing CPR on Bailey until he was taken to the hospital where he died.
He did not have a weapon in his hand and had not shown any weapon when he was shot in the back and killed.
In the video, too graphic to show, you can hear police saying Bailey had a gun and can see as they try to retrieve an object. Surveillance video released last week sparked outrage and protests. David, police continue to insist that Bailey had a gun. Now, the district attorney is reviewing the case. Bailey's funeral is set for tomorrow. David.
Matt Gutman with us tonight. Matt, thank you.
All right, so there you have it. And I apologize once again. That same article is, again, they don't really want nobody to read it because it's really affecting the whole entire system, where it was kind of stuttery on the video. But hopefully you was able to see it as clearly as I did. Now, again, this is in Colorado. And what we see is 2 young black men, seem to be relatives according to the article. And accordingly, the police are in search of a call about a robbery, and actually has the name of an individual that they said Spaz, right? And so, you know, them coming out with a demeanor, hey, you know, can we, you know, we need to talk to you or whatever, and right, as we all seen. And so they sitting there, they got their hands up, they got the guns drawn already, right? Didn't they have guns drawn already, right? The one that was talked to, didn't he have his gun drawn already, right? So let me show you something here. I went and got some still pictures on here. Let's see what I got in here. I don't want to see that one yet. No, not that one. Okay, not that one. All right, so yeah. Okay, so we see there, you can see his hands are in a grasp the gun aim position. You see a young man running, right? You probably have to go back, either get your own version of it or go back and see the video. When he was talking to them and saying what he was saying as to, okay, we just want to be able to search you guys to see if, you know, you guys, because we have somebody, y'all kind of fit the description. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. So as the other officer is coming from behind, you see the cousin look at him kind of to the side, right? Because the first cop is saying that, say you got a gun or weapon, right? And so we want to search you to find out. So I watched several times and just kind of watch Cuzzo, and Cuzzo is he's the only one that really knows. You get what I'm saying? He's the only one that really know, because again, in the day we in, understanding what has been happening, again, I know he's 19. So either parents are not having that kind of conversation, being very lackadaisical about showing the imminent danger that is out here when you coming across policemen. And again, some people say we can't say all, but running and understanding about being scared and fearful. And there's a lot of people who are going to see this and be like, well, all you had to do is don't run. But again, you're not in our shoes. I don't condone it, but I kind of understand. But then I know if you do that, you got that, and you got to put this in mind. Once you put in your mind that you're going to run with them, that may be your last run. Because again, the question becomes, did he or did he not? Right? And, those who've been around know about the cold gun, right? You know about the cold gun, right? Dead man can't talk, right? So he can't defend himself. So based on what took place after the shooting took place, all you had was this vision here that they showed, right? Let me see if I can show you this. They showed you this, right? They showed you this, and they did the kind of a Rodney King thing. They said what you see is that they're trying to retrieve by cutting the shorts and trying to get the gun from what he had, right? Well, wait a minute. Why would you use this scene, right? Think about this. Why would you use this as trying to broadcast to us what's taking place? Why don't we have the visual from the body cam at that close range? Yes, it may be gory. It may be not, children advised, right? One of the types of children advised, right? But I guess maybe through the court proceeding, that will probably end up being revealed. So some way, this individual who did record this, and it seemed like it got CH1 on there. I don't know if that's channel 1. I don't know if that is supposed to be a police car, a police individual, but it's too far away, right? It's too far away to make the assessment as to say that they're actually retrieving the gun. So based on this here, what they're selling to the public, you've been told what it is. You don't know what it is. And so based on that, the benefit of the doubt has to go in their on their behalf, is because they're the ones at the scene, right? And everything else is in control of what they got. So, those, and again, I know some of the numbers that of the young men who are watching me, when you do see this, that's the thing you got to put in your mind. Is it in a dire situation where you feel you have to run, or just go ahead and let the process happen? Unless, even if you dirty, would say riding dirty, then are you ready to go ahead and meet Jesus? Because that is the green light you giving them. You giving them the green light to say, you ready to see Jesus? Then go and do what you do, right? Because I get how the family is feeling that this is unjustified, because the thing that I had listened, and I listened intently, and I try to pick up on it. Maybe you heard it too, but when this individual here was talking, he didn't say he didn't have a gun. You understand? Everything he said was, well, they shot him. He wasn't reaching for anything. And he didn't never had to show nothing to do a threat. But you're not saying he did not have a gun. He did not have a weapon. That should have been the very first thing come out your mouth. He had no weapon. But the reason why he can't say that is based on the fact that what they have and said, them being at the scene, they said they had. Now again, the cold gun. Now again, because of the situation, that's why it's a do you do, it's a damn you do and a damn you don't. Did he or did he not? Is because now, based on the way that took place, it has a question mark. Based on the simple fact that you took off and ran like that, right? And again, each person is an individual. Some people, tolerance for fear are more than others and less than others. So again, we can sit back, and some people will sit back and try to judge and say, well, all you got to do is comply with the cops. And you didn't have the gun. You didn't have nothing to worry about. But we've seen people get shot for less, right? We can see a lot of our people get shot for less. So if you fear for your life, you fear for your life. Again, flight, flee, and fornicate, right? So we ain't talking about the fornicate, but the flight and flee, right? That's what you're going to do on the natural instinct. Now, again, it could be guilt. It could be, like I said, the only individual who really, truly know is Cuzzo. Cuzzo is the only one that really, really know. Why? Because Cuzzo, when you seen Cuzzo, right? You go back and look. Cuzzo kind of looked to the right. Like when he was talking, like, you know what I'm saying? He looked at him like, and look at his hands and look at his hands, right? So he kind of already got in his mind, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I can't call it. This is one of them situations where I just can't call it. I want to call it, but I can't call it. If I want to be honest and truthful about the situation, I can't call it. And so based on how the game is already set up, that the officers are always in the right, even if it wasn't that, you allow that to manifest to get the win, and you might have lost your life on that. But again, only Cuzzo know the real. You get what I'm saying? He was rolling with him. He know whether that was them as to what they pulled up on him about, or was it just something that, you know what I'm saying, you ran up on some, young men. Again, they may not have been then part of that, the criminality or the things that you was up, but might be having some, got that thing with them. You understand? And so based on the way he ran and he fled, so everybody who got a hold of that now is down is the family. Now the family is trying to assess, because again, they weren't there. Again, what everybody knows about our ordeals with police officers. So, again, everybody knows, your children. And then, again, this is hypothetically speaking. It's not saying anything pertaining to the Baileys or anything like that. It's just sometimes we have people who will, knowing people guilty, will still say they're innocent, right? I remember one time, I'm going to give you a story. One time, maybe younger than them, probably 3, 4 years younger than them. So somewhere between, we was like 14 years old, right? Ordered motherfucking pizza, came with the grandiose idea, was like, hey, we're going to get that one, call the pizza over there, and going to get one over here. When his ass go up there, we're going to make his ass go to the 3rd floor, so that'll give us time to go up in there and go ahead and lift the other pizza up out of there and break. Now, we had the whole plan set out. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Boom, boom, we're going to hit this way and go. Well, shit changed when it's in reality, right? Y'all motherfuckers get the shit, right? We get up in there. We were supposed to go back, but they went straight. And then as soon as we get in, guess who pull up? Popo right there. Nigga pull out. You know what I'm saying? Got guns right at the nigga. I'm like, oh, shit. I got my hands up like, fuck it. He got me. And then another partner was with me. Both of him, we got our hands up. We like, right there, this is a goddamn pizza, right? Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, we probably had about 8 deep. You know what I'm saying? It was an extra large cheese and sausage, right? Some bullshit we was trying to pull that night. But anyway, so, I said, fuck it, you got me. I'm too close. This nigga won't, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, you got me. So we get in the car, sitting down, all my other partners, you know what I'm saying? Now they streets, right? But I'm peeping the game. I'm like, okay, motherfuckers in there tricking, telling on motherfuckers, right? So, man, in the car, like, man, woo, 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 like, if you let me go, man, I tell you what such and such live. I'm looking at him like, what? You understand? So we go down there, they go down, see his mama, you know what I'm saying? Tell his mama, I'm like, man, look, I live around the corner, man. Go on upstairs. Holler at my mama, tell her I'm up in here so she can come roll with us. You know, Kyle, he was cool like that. He went up there and got her. I'm looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still a piece of? They just be, all of us was doing that shit. But anyway, so we get to the police station, make a long story short. So we get to the police station, right? So we hear a man come in, he crying, ooh, it wasn't me, it was this other cat. He lived there, woo, 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 right? So Popo, go roll up, go get him. So we sit up in there, he up in there, we all, you know, got his handcuffed to the wall and whatnot now. So about 10, 20 minutes later, we hear somebody come. Now we know this nigga was with us, right? We know he was with us. So he come in, him and his mama had a script. His mama had a script. He said, my boy was at home watching, what's that show? Yeah, Fame. That baby was at home watching Fame. I don't know what y'all talking. I'm sitting here, I'm sitting there like, damn, boy, I'm out like that. You understand? So sometimes you have some, you know, people, regardless how wrong they kid can be or know how they really get down, they still gonna roll with them. Again, that's family, what you're supposed to do. I'm just saying, I can't call it, y'all. I want to call it. You know I want to call it. I can't call it. It just some suspect. I just want to say that, you know, again, have these conversations with your children, man. It's detriment out here if you don't. You understand? So, again, as time go on, more will probably come out. But again, the way it's set up, man, there's no way that unless something else can manifest, I don't see them not sticking to what they done already said. A lot of people are going to question the fact that he ran and all that, and if he wasn't guilty, yeah, you're going to have that speculative. That's what's going to give them the preponderance of most the people who are yay for that. They're going to go with that. But the end is what really happened. Hey, it's kind of like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? The world may never know. Again, this is Black Minds News coming to you again with another Black News report. And so, you know, let me hold something right before we get up out of here. If I got something in here to hold, I was surprised I was going to end up doing another show, right? Let's see what I got here, and we're going to take this out, and then we're going to come right back, right? Let's see if they're going to work. It may not even work for a brother. Let's see. It don't work for me. No, it ain't going to work, right? I think that whole article is just freezing up my whole system. They be doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they be doing that. I mean, like, man, you know, they don't really be wanting you to read that, right? Mess up in, you know, cookies and shit up in your shit. So let me go ahead and do this right quick and then get up out of here. I was surprised I did another video, right? I know y'all is, right? Damn, Mr. Brother, you got 4 today? Yeah, I'm doing it. Check it out. Alright, so we're back, right? So again, like I said, as much as I want to really call this, I can't call it. for the simple fact that, you try not to be biased, right? You try to call it right. Again, it's not about race is the thing that we always deal with, right? We're dealing with race all the time. So it's not that if it was what it is, I have no problem with calling it. That's why I'm the most hated show on the black corner of the internet, right? But in this situation here, there's a couple suspect things, some things that just didn't quite match. Yes, you can flee. Yes, they shoot from behind. A couple suspect movements was there. Cuzzo looked, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the only one who really know the truth, Cuzzo know. Cuzzo know really what it is. Will Cuzzo really say that publicly? Probably not. But in consolation to losing Cuz, was there some negligence on the part of the cops? Yeah, they was shooting from behind, man running. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like their stuff was copacetic, like they weren't wrong. It was just that there's something questionable about it. So it's like where two wrongs don't make it right. The problem is we could put everything on them if we could just make for sure that we know what they trying to label you with. We could clear that. But based on the way it happened, the way the circumstance, the way everything is, we're not going to be able to call it. A lot of people are going to be upset. A lot of people are going to protest. A lot of family are going to anger. There's going to be some anguish in the family. So we're going to have to let it go through the legal system and try to find the best way to remedy it out. But at the end, I don't know. You understand? So, again, I just want to say that, when we see one another, we got to greet each other. First and foremost, I want to say appreciate anybody who came over here and listened to this today. See one another, greet each other. What's good, brother? What's good, sister? Get that universal nod. Get all that jealousy, hate, and strife and hate out your ass. Understand we is all we got. Understand who and those with the uniform of the team you wear and who's on it. Yes, allies are important. Few questions you got to ask your allies. When shit get hot, are you gonna still be in here? Have you ever heard of John Brown? And if you have, is he real to you or is that some kind of fictitious book? Well, there's some out here seeking for our demise. And so we have to be cautious, vigilant, mindful, and high-spirited. You got babies out here, you better put that game to them. Can't be lackadaisical and think they know, even though so much going on. But all the distractions out here, could be a war going on out here, and people walking around here like everything good, everything sweet. So it's incumbent on you to have that conversation. So again, from Mr. Blows Your Mind, Black Minds News Report, peace, love, to the next show, y'all. To the next.